Annelida, and we also discussed about the phylum called Aschelminthes, which are commonly known as bagworms or pinworms. So my first question to you is that you have to tell me the difference between these pinworms and flatworms. Give me the difference between pinworms and the flatworms. I'm waiting for your answer. Flatworms, they belong to the phylum called Platyhelminthes, and pinworms, they belong to the phylum of that is Aschelminthes. So what difference basically we find between them? Differences between the flatworms and, okay, so first that is Aditya raised hand and followed by Chandraveer also. So let's start with Chandraveer Singh. Tell what you
Ma-
want to tell. Huh?
Ma'am, flatworms are a coelomate and a coelominthes are pseudocoelomate.
Okay. Next, what Aditya want to add? Yes, Aditya.
Ma'am, flatworms are dorsoventrically flat and Aschelminthus are cylindrical in shape.
Okay, the body of flatworms is flattened from top to bottom, dorsiventrally. But in case of that is Aschelminthes or bagworms, pinworms, their body is not flattened, but it is cylindrical. And one you gave about that is Lakshita Dhakad has written regarding the presence of a body cavity. So one is acoelomate, another one is pseudocoelomate. Okay. So give me one example of a segmented worm. One example of segmented worm. Let me see. One example of segmented worm. What about others? Not coming forward. Okay, so Akash Vijay written leech. Yes, that's correct. Leech we have, then earthworms we have. They all belong to segmented worms. So basically, what are segmented worms? Quickly, what are segmented worms? This also we discussed in previous class. What are segmented worms? I'm waiting. What are segmented worms? Okay, so Hardik Jain has written worms having metameres or somites. Okay, from Aditya, their body is divided into metameres. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Segmented worms, their body is divided. They have got metameric segmentation. Okay, I gave you certain examples from that Annelida. You have to give me one example of that segmented worm which is sanguivorous by mode of nutrition. Sanguivorous by mode of nutrition. Sanguivorous means it feeds upon blood. Yes, and I can see that it's a very peculiar question, very easy also. And most of you have written the correct answer. For example, that is Chandraveer, Hiranya, Hriday, Akash, Vijay, Vibha, Mohini, Kiran, Kaluram, very good. That is leech. Yes. And I told you also one interesting fact about leech that in its body one chemical is found that is called hirudin, and that prevents the coagulation or that is clotting of blood when it sucks the blood. Yes. So that is about leech. So you have to remember about this. Okay. So out of these flat worms, bag worms, thread worms, and these segmented worms, out of these three categories, which has got appendages for movement? Out of these three type of worms, which has got appendages for movement? Okay, so in front of me in chat box, I have seen the answer, but let me see who is ready to give the answer by raising hand. You people not raising hand? Okay, tell Akash Vijay, speak.
Segmented worms.
Yes, segmented worms. And I also told you the variety of the appendages they have. Yes. So that is in chat box, Chandraveer has written, and that is setae, parapodia, and suckers. Yes, they have got these variety of appendages which help them in locomotion, right? So now let's start with today's class. Okay. So today's, as I've already Ready with the heading, that is phylum Arthropoda. Yes, now we'll start with today's phylum Arthropoda. Now the word Arthropoda, its meaning. So the word arthros, it stands for joint, and poda stands for legs or feet. Means the organisms which are placed in this phylum Arthropoda, they have jointed legs. Now, jointed legs, it doesn't signify that their legs or appendages are joined with each other, but it implies that they have paired appendages. They have paired appendages, and generally this pair, it occur one group on each side of the body. For example, I'm pretty sure that in 6th standard you have learned about cockroach in your 6th standard, and there we have learned that a cockroach has got 6 legs, or we say that 3 pairs of legs. I hope you still remember. For cockroach, if we just draw an outline figure like this, so like this, right? So 3 legs on one side and remaining 3 on other side. So they have got appendages in pairs, and that's why we call them as arthros. Means they are having joint feet. So they are having the appendages in groups or in pairs. For example, spider. We all have seen a spider. So spider has 4 pairs of legs, 4 on each side of its body, right? That is the meaning. Another thing regarding Arthropoda that you have to remember, it is the largest phylum of animal kingdom. The largest phylum of animal kingdom, and alone this phylum is making almost 2/3 of the species which we have placed in this एनिमल किंगडम. अकेला जो आर्थ्रोपोडा है उसमें सारे एनिमल किंगडम की जो 2/3 पॉपुलेशन है वो अकेली आर्थ्रोपोडा में है. एंड ऑलमोस्ट इफ वी जस्ट गो फॉर द नंबर, देन अबाउट 9 lakhs species alone are found in this group Arthropoda. So do remember, from this kingdom Animalia, the largest phylum is Arthropoda. Now let's move on to their bodily features. Now with reference to that is their body level organization, they have organ system level of organization. They possess bilateral symmetry, and they are triploblastic. They are triploblastic. So their body has got various systems. So they have got organ systems, bilateral symmetry. Their body can be divided into 2 equal halves through a longitudinal axis which is passing through their central axis of the body. Triploblastic, they are having 3 embryonic germ layers, right? Another one, their body is made up of 3 parts. Their body is made up of 3 parts, and these parts are head, thorax, and abdomen. These names you have to remember: head, thorax, and abdomen. Now, in some of the species which are placed in this Arthropoda, these head and thorax, it remain fused with each other, and it give rise to cephalothorax. We call it as cephalothorax. So sometime in some books you will find that some authors are writing this organism body is made up of 2 parts. Organism is from Arthropoda phylum, and body is made up of 2 parts, and in there it is mentioning cephalothorax. Cephalothorax means it is formed by the fusion of head and thorax. And if it is writing 3 parts, then we have head, thorax, and abdomen, right? Another thing that they have got open circulatory system. Open circulatory system means the blood, it does not flow within vessels, or sometimes it happens that even if they are having vessels inside their body, then very often blood comes out of the blood vessels and it gets filled into the spaces which is present between the cells. So we call it as open circulatory system. Another interesting thing is that in these organisms, the blood is colorless. Blood is colorless and we call it as hemolymph. So the blood of arthropoda has given a typical name hemolymph, right? Because it is devoid of any blood pigments like that of hemoglobin. इनका जो blood है वो totally colorless होता है. It don't contain any pigment like hemoglobin. So we call it as a hemolymph, right? Now next is that is respiration. Now respiration, it occurs by variety of organs because it varies from one organism to another. So here for example, in case of prawns, it occurs by gills. In case of king crab, here I am writing certain specific examples which are frequently placed in your competitive examination so that you can make a note of it. King crab, here the organs are given the name of book gills. Yes, book gills, right? Then in scorpion, in your competitive examination, many a time they place question from arthropoda from scorpion. So in scorpion, this particular respiration organ is book lungs. Name is quite interesting, book lungs. And we know that in case of insects like cockroaches, it occurs by the air tubes called tracheae, right? So most of your insects, they fall into the category of the phylum called arthropoda. तो स्पेशली कंपटीशन के लिए आपको ये एग्जांपल्स लर्न करने हैं, राइट? सो प्रॉन्स रेस्पिरेटरी ऑर्गन्स आर गिल्स. इन किंग क्रैब it is book gills. In scorpion it is book lungs, and in cockroaches and other insects also the respiratory organs are, that is, okay, so Gauranvi asking book means here that is related to breathing, okay, and in cockroaches these are the trachea, the air tubes about which we have already learned. So if you have noted, may I rub the board? May I rub it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Next one is regarding their excretion. What are the different organs which they use for excretion? So again, I will take these common examples only. Akash, you wrote no about rubbing of board, beta. Okay. Sorry, but I rubbed. आपने लिखा नहीं था पूरा? Yes, Akash, you can write in the chat box. And still, if you have not written completely, it's not a problem, because these lectures are being recorded and these will be soon uploaded in your YouTube classes. So there you can just find them and you can revise it. Okay, so just don't worry. Now next one is excretion. How excretion takes place in these organisms. So again, that is in case of prawn, it occurs by means of antennary glands. Then we have in case of, that is, cockroaches, it is by Malpighian tubules. इसको याद रखेंगे, बहुत ही कॉमनली आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन है. Excretory organs in case of cockroach or insects, that is Malpighian tubules, right? And in case of that is scorpion, that is coxal glands. That is coxal gland. So that is means of excretion. Next one is that is these arthropods, they have exoskeleton. What is the meaning of the word exoskeleton? In 6th standard, you must have learnt about the skeleton word. What is the meaning of exoskeleton? What is the meaning of exoskeleton? Okay, Gauranvi is writing hard covering. Anybody else? What is the meaning of the word exoskeleton? Vishesh is writing lightweight. मुझे आप exoskeleton word का meaning बताइए. What is the meaning? What it is implying? Exoskeleton. Yes, till now Aditya came up with the most appropriate response, that is, and same is from Hirday also, that is the skeleton which is present outside the body. Yes, normally what conception we have in our mind, that exoskeleton, it occurs inside, that is skeleton, it occurs inside our body and it gives protection and support, right? But skeleton are of two types, exoskeleton and endoskeleton. Exo means which is occurring outside our body, and endo which is occurring inside our body. For example, whatever bony structure we have got inside our body, that is having, that is our cranium, rib cage, bones of our limbs, that is hands and legs, all these are the part of endoskeleton. Yes, but nails, hair, these are the part of our exoskeleton. Yes, we human beings, we have both type of skeleton, endoskeleton as well as exoskeleton. So here, in case of these arthropoda, they have exoskeleton, means the skeleton which is present outside the body. Okay, what is written after cockroach? That is Malpighian tubules. Okay, and this exoskeleton, it is made up of the material called chitin. It occurs in the form of plates, and these plates are called sclerites. You might have seen, Abhinav, you have raised hand, you want to ask something? Yes, Abhinav? No. So you all must have seen a cockroach. We see that the cockroach, their outer body, their wings and all that, they are made up of the material called chitin, and all these wings, they makes their exoskeleton, right? And one of the main reason for the successful survival of this arthropoda group, and including maximum of the species into their phylum, is the presence of exoskeleton that is made up of chitin, and that gives a kind of, that is waterproofing to them. And secondly, this skeleton of these arthropodians, it does not occur as a single unit, but it occurs in parts, so that they can comfortably move their body parts, and it also help in locomotion, right? So that is their exoskeleton, right? Plates, P-L-A-T-E-S, E is missing. In the form of small plates are formed, and plates are formed by the deposition of the material called chitin, and these chitinous plates are called sclerites. तो कई बार एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन आएगा that of which particular group. Okay, Akash, Saxena, it is not chitix, beta, it is chitin. It is chitin. Chitin एक केमिकल का नाम है जिससे आर्थ्रोपोडा ऑर्गेनिज्म जो है उनका जो एक्सोस्केलेटन है वो बना होता है. That chemical name is called chitin. So do remember the unit name is sclerites and chemical name as chitin, right? And here we have got lots of examples in case of this arthropoda. Different insects, whatever insects we see in our surroundings, they all belong to arthropoda. In fact, When you clean your wardrobe and your bookshelf, you see a white color small insect moving here and there, which we commonly call as silver fish. किस किसने देखा है सिल्वर फिश? And I'm pretty sure सबके कबर्ड और सबके बुक शेल्फ्स में होता है. Have you ever seen that insect, silver fish? Okay, Hardik Jain written yes. What about others? Gauranvi, it's very hard to believe that you have not seen. ओके जिन्होंने नहीं देखा है, जब भी आप नेक्स्ट टाइम अपने वार्डरोब की क्लीनिंग करेंगे, बुक शेल्फ को क्लीन करेंगे, ध्यान से देखना, एक छोटा व्हाइट कलर का इंसेक्ट होता है सिल्वर फिश, राइट? सो दैट आल्सो बिलोंग टू दिस आर्थ्रोपोडा ग्रुप, राइट? So spiders, cockroaches, all these they all are examples of arthropoda, right? And another interesting fact is that they have compound eyes. They have compound eyes. Yes. Anyone from your side? What are compound eyes? What about others? Excluding Aditya. What are compound eyes? 8th standard में पढ़ा होगा आपने what are compound eyes. Okay, Hardik is writing eyes made up of smaller units. Yes, Aditya, Maheshwari, tell.
Ma'am, many eyes. Something like in butterfly we have heard.
Okay, okay. Compound eyes means that is these eyes are made up of many number of smaller eye-like units. Smaller eye-like units, and these units are called ommatidia. We call them as ommatidia. An interesting thing is that these compound eyes, they can see in all direction, means 360 degree. Plus to that, they are capable of sensing even very minute activity from any of the direction. That's why sometime you must have tried that a cockroach is being resting on the floor and you tried to approach it from the back side. And just because of the help of that is other sensory organs and these compound eyes, they just skip off because they are having compound eyes and they can sense the things, the vision in all 360 degree direction. But these compound eyes, they give them a mosaic vision. They give them a mosaic vision, means although they can see in 360 degree direction, but the clarity of the vision is not proper. But they can sense in all the direction, वो clearly नहीं देख पाते हैं. So they have got a compound eyes, the eyes which is made up of many number of small units called ommatidia. Aditya, you're raising your hand. You want to ask something? Okay, right? So that is all about arthropoda. In fact, I gave you much more than that, your NCRT. So if you're noting down, it's very good. Unless for examination purpose, that is, if you are going to have it in any of the assessment, you can just refer your NCRT book. So that is for arthropoda. The next phylum is Mollusca. The next in the sequence is Mollusca. Phylum Mollusca. Now, in the Latin language, the word mollis, it stands for soft. It stands for soft. Means these are soft-bodied animals. These are soft-bodied animals, means their body is extremely soft. Now, let's start with the proper body differentiation. They also have organ system level of organization. They have bilateral symmetry, triploblastic, right? So all these terms meaning you already know. they also have open circulatory system. Open circulatory system. So like that of arthropoda, in them also blood does not flow within well-defined blood vessels. So they have got open circulatory system and they have got blue colored blood. Yes, the color of their blood is blue because they contain a pigment called hemocyanin. Hemocyanin. Hemo stands for blood, right? So in place of hemoglobin, they have hemocyanin pigment which remains dissolved in the plasma of their blood, and that imparts a blue color to their blood. So we say that the phylum in animal kingdom which possess, animals of which phylum possess this blue color. Yes, Meenal Nagar, I have taken attendance. You joined late. So kindly wait till the last of the class. So that gives a blue color to the blood, right? Another one, that the body of these organisms, it is made up of three parts. And these three parts are head, foot, and a visceral mass. Three parts are there: head, foot, and visceral mass. So head, basically it is having most of the sensory organs. Foot, it help in the locomotion, and visceral mass, right? So visceral mass have remaining, that is your circulatory and other systems which are located here. Now this visceral mass, it secretes mental. Now what is mental? It is a fold of skin, and basically it is having gill slits which help in respiration, right? So sometime we get a question from here, mental, right? So this mental is secreted by visceral mass, and this mental in turn, it secretes the shell, that is the exoskeleton of these animals. And just to understand all these features clearly, just bring in your mind the picture of a snail, about which we have discussed in 6th standard, your normal garden snail, that belongs to this mollusca group, right? So I hope you still remember that on the body of the snail there was a shell. याद है किसी को स्नेल के बारे में पढ़ा था 6th स्टैंडर्ड में? ओके, yes. Whose mic is on? So that snail, it belongs to the group of mollusca, right? So that is having shell, and this shell is calcareous by nature. What is the meaning of the word calcareous? Any guesses? I'm writing here that the shell is calcareous. Okay, Manchi is asking what is written after gill. That is slits. S-L-I-T-S. Yes. Hardik, Akash, Vijay, Aditya, all are correct. Your answers means that is made up of calcium salts. Shubhraja, your mic is on. Can you mute your mic? Shubhra, mute your mic. Shubhraja, mute your mic. Your mic is on. Yes. Okay. Yes. So that is made up of calcium salts. Okay. So that is the body part. So do remember the three parts. अब यहाँ से question कैसे आते हैं? I told you for arthropod also the three parts name of the body. Body parts, that is head, thorax and abdomen. And here three parts again I told you: head, foot and visceral mass. So sometimes they give you both the parts name and question will be placed that out of the following which gives the correct classification of the body parts of mollusca or of arthropoda. So that you have to remember. और याद रखेंगे जो मेंटल है वो विसरल मास सीक्रेट करता है, इट इज नॉट अ सेपरेट पार्ट. यहाँ पर बहुत सारे बच्चों को कंफ्यूजन होता है आगे हायर क्लासेस में जाके. सो डू रिमेंबर, visceral mass itself secretes the mantle and mantle secretes the shell, right? And here that is in mollusca, some life forms are aquatic. So if the forms are aquatic, then they respire by means of gills, and if they are terrestrial, they respire by means of pulmonary sac, right? And these are also hemocoelomates like that of arthropoda. Yes, their body cavity also remain filled with their body circulatory fluid. So this you have to remember, okay? And next to arthropoda, it is the mollusca, which is the second largest phylum. Arthropoda is the largest one. Next one is this mollusca, and alone it have almost 87,000 species. और इसमें एक और एक्सेप्शन है जो आपको याद रखना है, दैट इज ऑफ लैंड स्नेल, द नॉर्मल स्नेल विच वी सी, जिसके बारे में हमने 6th स्टैंडर्ड में पढ़ा था, राइट? दैट गार्डन स्नेल, इट इज asymmetrical by body shape. I told you bilaterally symmetrical most of the forms, but that garden snail, it is asymmetrical by symmetrical means, right? So that you have to remember. And remaining examples here we have got octopus. Octopus is an exception to the feature that most of the life forms of this mollusca, they have got an exoskeleton in the form of shell for support and protection, right? But here octopus, it don't have any shell-like structure, right? So octopus, snail, that is, and phyla, unio, all these are examples. Phyla, unio, all these are examples of oysters, mussels, all these are examples of the mollusca, right? Okay, there's asking what is written after blue blood. Okay, that is name of the pigment here there, hemocyanin, HAEMOCYANIN, hemocyanin, the name of the blue pigment which imparts blue color to the blood of this mollusca, right? So here just time is almost up only. So today I discussed with you two phylums, that is arthropoda and mollusca. So Bhumika Soni, not present. Check Parita, Shrestha, Shrishti Panchal.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Shrestha is present.
Shrestha.
90235 present.
Wait for your turn. Arun Kumar Singh, Abhibhav Pratap Singh, Abhibhav is present. Ansh Tomar, Ayush Gehlot,
Present, ma'am.
Hirday.
Present, ma'am.
You are also very regular, huh, in attending classes. Hitesh, Ritik Saini, not here. Then Vishwesh, Okay, then
Ma'am, Hiranyak Kumawat present.
who?
Hiranyak Kumawat 90126.
Yes. I mark your attendance. Jaya, Lakshita Gautam.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Meenal Nagar,
Present, ma'am.
Parul, Parvati, Sanya Singh, Chetan, Darsh Jain, Dhruv Prajapati, Praveen Sen, Ujjwal,
Present, ma'am.
yes, Vishul, okay. So now I'm just signing off from the class. You can also leave the meeting. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
And in next class, I will ask the questions individually by randomly calling out your roll numbers or names, especially from these two phylums. So come prepared. Okay. We'll meet
Okay,
again
ma'am.
soon.
Bye, ma'am.
Yes. Till then,
Thank you,
take
ma'am.
care, stay safe. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.